We're going to continue on the theme of core this week. So some of you were with me on Tuesday. Tough enough week, the core. So I always say kudos to anyone who starts for the first time in the week we're doing the core, because it can be quite commanding on the body and on the mind as well. So it does require a little bit more focus than some of the other sequences that we'll be doing. From a positive point of view, though, it's brilliant. Okay, it's really good for just creating that kind of internal and external, so intrinsic, and then working on the muscles as well, strength and stability within the body. So it gives us this lovely kind of feeling of power nearly within ourselves, which is a lovely feeling after. You might be a bit wrecked, but you should feel a lot stronger within yourself. And it also gives us that little bit of sway. So it's not just about strength, it's about kind of going with the sway as well, going with the flow. So a little bit of mobility. So like we were describing earlier in the week, it's like the tree being able to kind of resist the hard times, but then kind of go with the flow for the rest. So it's lovely way of kind of just working into a bit of resilience within ourselves. So this morning, we're actually going to start on our knees. So sitting back on the heels. Again, if it feels a little bit cranky in the knees, you can always place a little towel underneath the crease in the knee, so it just takes the pressure off the actual knees themselves. And then from here, we're just going to rest the palms open onto the thighs. Draw the shoulders toward the ears and then draw them back together down the spine. We'll just do that twice more. So just a few nice big shoulder shrudges here, just to get a little bit of blood flow into the upper body. And then relax. And then we're going to inhale the arms out, reaching up. Interlocking fingers, pressing palms to the ceiling, and then exhale, press the palms forward and release the shoulders. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, arms out, reaching up, take the gaze up. Exhale, interlock fingers and then press the palms away. And we'll do that once more. Again, nice big circles, really drawing those arms back in line with the ears. And then exhale, release it down. From here, we're going to come right up onto the knees and just bring the knees about hip-width distance apart. Now, again, if it feels a little bit crunchy, if you have bony knees like yourself, you can always place a little towel, a little bit of padding underneath the knees themselves. And we're going to tuck the toes under here, again, taking that pressure off. Hands to heart, and then we're going to inhale the arms out, reaching up. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right, and then we're going to bring that right hand to touch the left heel. So we might need to press back, and then we're going to draw the hips forward. We're going to really reach back through those left fingertips and take the gaze over the right shoulder. And just notice here, if it feels a little bit crunchy in the lower back, I want you to focus on engaging the abdominal muscles. So think about almost trying to resist if somebody was about to pat you in the tummy, what would you do? So just taking a little bit of pressure off that lower back. Hold for 3. Really reaching back through the fingertips for 2. And 1. Slowly, we're going to inhale back to center. And then we're going to exhale, twist to the left. And again, we're going to drop that left hand down onto the right heel. If you can reach it, left heel is fine if you can't. And again, we're going to press those hips forward. So the hips ideally are over the knees. We're going to extend back through that right arm and take the gaze over the left fingertips. So again, continuing to engage in the abdominals. And really press those hips forward for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly, we're going to inhale back to center, and then exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to stay here. We're going to work into a little bit of abdominal, glute, and quad work here. So I'm going to actually turn to the side so you can see me a wee bit better. So we're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to hinge from the knees. So we're going to keep a nice straight line through the body until we start to feel the knees coming off the ground. And then we're going to inhale back to center. Exhale, slowly lower our way in a nice straight line. You're going to feel this in the quads and in the abs particularly. And then inhale, slow movement back to the front. We're going to continue that for another 3. So again, nice way of working the core. So when we're working our abdominals, we're always going to be working into our lower back as well. So kind of coming away from that traditional just crunching into the front of the body, which causes just lengthening and weakening into the back of the body. So we're working it all together. So that's why we try to maintain that nice long spine. So we're engaging the core, but equally to the front and to the back of the body. Excellent. And then meet back at center. So from here, we're going to extend the right foot out to the side. Outer blade of the foot parallel to the edge of the mat. Just check in that left hip is over the knee. We're going to place the right hand on the hip. Inhale, left arm up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, we're going to extend that left arm overhead. See if we can draw the arm back in line with the ear. So we're not reaching out front. Nice openness into the heart here. Taking the gaze up to the fingertips. We're going to inhale, really lengthen through that left arm. And as we exhale, see if we can press the hips a little bit more to the left. Feel that lovely release of the inner thigh, lovely bit of space onto the left side of the body for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale back to center. This time as we exhale, we're going to reach forward through the left fingertips as we sit the sit bones back toward the heels. So reach, 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 keep the spine nice and long. And then maybe eventually bringing those fingertips to rest on the ground. And then maybe bringing that right hand to meet it. And just hold it here. Relax the head, relax the neck for 3, for 2, and 1. Tucking the chin in, gently walking those fingertips back toward the body, coming back up onto that left knee. We're going to place the left hand out to the side, fingertips point away, right hand onto the hip. And then just press the hips forward again. So draw that shoulder back. We're going to inhale, right arm up, and then exhale, extend it overhead. So get a nice reach along the right side of the body. So you can keep that left hand flat or onto the fingertips, whatever feels good for you. We're going to inhale, draw the right elbow to touch the right knee into touch. Exhale, extend it out, hovering that right foot off the ground. Inhale, right elbow, right knee in. Exhale, extend it out. So continue to your own breath. And again, the knee and elbow don't have to touch, just even drawing them in that general direction. And then see if we can bring the gaze to follow that right hand. So we're moving our point, our visual point of focus, and trying to engage those little stabilizing balance muscles. We're going to feel those obliques, we're going to feel the glute. A little bit into the abdominals here. So again, a nice holistic approach to our core. So our core is that whole trunk of the body, not just that lovely six-pack at the front. Last one. And as we extend this time, just resting that right foot down. Give that right arm a nice little stretch overhead for one last breath. And then right hand comes to hip. With control, slowly draw back to center. And we're going to bring that right knee in to meet left, and same deal on the other side. So we're going to extend that right foot out to the right. Again, checking in the right hip is over the knee, left hand comes to hip. We're going to inhale that right arm up. And then as we exhale, extend the right arm over toward the left, really reaching through the fingertips, pressing that right hip toward the right. See if we can ground the outer blade of that left foot into the mat a little bit more. And then maybe taking that gaze up toward the fingertips. Hold it here for 3. Again, reach, reach, reach with those fingers for 2. And 1. Inhale back to center. This time as we exhale, we're going to reach forward, extending through that right arm as we sit the sit bones back toward the heels. So you don't have to get there. Try to keep the spine nice and long, heart open. And then see if we can rest those fingertips on the ground in front. And then bring that left arm to meet the right. Again, only if it gets there. Relax the head, relax the neck. Getting a little bit deeper into that inner thigh, into the hamstrings here a bit. 2 for 3, for 2, and 1. Tucking the chin in, gently walking the hands back toward the body, and then coming back to stand. Lovely, or to kneel. We're going to bring that right hand out to the side, fingertips pointed away. Left hand comes to the hip, and again, we're going to open the heart. So draw that left shoulder back. Inhale, left arm up toward the ceiling. And as we exhale, we're going to extend that left arm overhead. Again, see if you can draw that arm right back by the ear. We're going to inhale, left knee, left elbow into touch. Exhale, extend it out, hovering the foot about an inch off the ground. Inhale it in. Exhale, extend. Again, continue to your own breath. So that left foot is super active here. So we're always continually pressing away through the heel, extending through those left fingertips. Maybe take the gaze to follow that middle finger on the left hand. And again, we shouldn't feel this in the right shoulder. So just make sure that right shoulder is over the wrist and we're pressing the ground away. So continually engaging with those shoulder muscles. Last two. Slow and controlled. Last one. And then release that left foot down. Give it that nice big stretch. One more breath. And then left hand comes to hip. Slowly drawing it back to center. Again, both knees come together. From here, we're going to come onto our tabletop. So hands and knees on the ground. Again, knees about hip width distance apart. You can tuck the toes under if the knees feel a little bit cranky. Shoulders over elbows, over wrists, elbow creases face forward, and really spread the fingers nice and wide like the roots of our trees. We're going to extend the right arm out in front, left foot back, and press away through that left heel. Just checking that left wrist is still beneath the left shoulder. So a nice extension, almost imagining like somebody's pulling you from the fingertips and from the heel. Notice here if the belly is getting lazy and the bum's popped up, so I want you to really suck that belly button in toward the back of the spine. You might feel that left leg drop. Nice release of the lower back, and then just engage that left glute to get the leg to lift again. So we're going to inhale center. As we exhale, we're going to reach the right arm out to the right and the left foot out to the left, and try and keep both nice and high in line with the hip. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right arm to the right, left foot to the left, as far as we can go. Inhale, center, relax the gaze. Exhale it out. Use the breath. Inhale, center. Exhale it out. Two more. Last one. Back to center. Release the right hand. Come onto the ball of that left foot and gently press the left heel away. Hold it here for 3. Get a nice little stretch into the back of the leg for 2. And 1. From here, we're going to swivel on that right knee and we're going to bring the left foot down. So we're coming onto our sides. I'm just going to face you here so you can see me. And again, we're going back into that nice stretch. Hold it here, draw the shoulder back. From here, keeping the arm extended, we're going to see if we can lift that left foot off the ground and bring it parallel with that hip. So up in line with the hip, and reach that left arm out a little bit more in front. Hold it here, pressing away through the heel for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release the left foot down, hovering it off the ground. And then we're going to draw it right back. Exhale, release. Inhale up as high as we can go. Exhale, release. Last one up. And exhale, release. Again, we're going to bring both hands down, swiveling on that right knee and coming back into our tabletop. So back in our tabletop, same deal on the other side. We're going to extend that left arm out, right foot back, just make sure you have enough space in front of you. Pressing back through the right heel, and again, really stretching forward through those fingertips. Again, notice if the belly's got lazy, so it's almost like we're tucking our pelvis forward and under as we suck the belly button in. Feel the lower back release, and then engage that right glute to get that leg to lift. We're going to inhale center. As we exhale, reach the left hand to the left, right foot to the right. Keep it nice and high. Inhale center. Exhale it out. Inhale center. Exhale, open. 3 more. Again, pressing the ground away with that right hand. So we shouldn't feel this into the shoulders at all. Last 2. Last 1. Bringing that left hand down, coming onto the ball of the right foot as we press the heel away. Getting a nice little stretch here for 3, for 2, and 1. Swiveling on that left knee this time as we bring that right foot flat onto the ground. Left hand stays grounded. Drawing the right shoulder back and then extending the right arm overhead as we did before, taking the gaze up. Keeping that arm extended, we're going to inhale, lift the right foot up in line with the hip, pressing away through the heel. So again, a little bit of glute med activation here. So we're working on the whole core complex. all the way from the diaphragm to just below the hips. So working that powerhouse of the body for 3. Lift a little bit more for 2. And 1. We're going to inhale here. As we exhale, gently lower. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower again, about an inch off the ground. Inhale, rise a little bit more. Exhale, lower. And last one. Exhale, release. Well done. We're going to bring that right hand back to meet left, swiveling on the knee, coming back into our tabletop. Little cat-cow curls here to create a wee bit more movement into our spines. So we're going to inhale, press the chest forward, gaze up toward the ceiling, arching through the spine. Exhale, press into the ground, curl through the spine, take the gaze back to the belly. Inhale, gaze goes forward and up, arching the spine. Exhale, pressing through and release the shoulders. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, curling through and release. So continue to your own breath here. Keep a little micro bend into those elbows. Keep it nice and fluid. Try to get rid of any rigidity from the movement. And just think about a lovely flow of energy, a lovely blood flow through every single last facet along the spine. Anywhere it feels particularly tight or niggly, maybe just pausing into that spot, bringing the breath where it needs to be, and then continuing with that lovely wave-like motion. Again, lovely way, just freeing up the full length of the core. So again, we're bringing movement into the front, the back of the body, and then we'll introduce a few little twists. So we're getting that nice little twist into the core as well. The last one. Lovely. And then slowly meeting back on our tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes under, press back toward the heels, and just get that nice little stretch into the plantar fascia here to start with. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift the knees off the ground as we press the hips toward the ceiling and draw those heels down toward the mat. Coming into our little upside down V or our downward dog. Just gently walk out the heels here. So let opposite heels melt the way toward the ground. Thinking about the front of the body, so those hands, those fingers are widely spread. Any pressure is just in the finger pads and knuckles, so we're nice and light here in the wrist, even if it means making a little claw grip with your hands. And then I want you to imagine literally pressing the ground away and drawing that chest a little bit closer toward the ground as we lift the hips skyward. Looking forward between the hands, we're going to gently make our way to the front of the mat, nice and slowly, until we have both feet nicely grounded, about the mat width apart, until we can brush the fingertips to touch the ground, keeping a nice length into the legs, but a small little micro bend at the knees. So you might need to bring the legs a little bit further apart or bring a block to place the fingertips on. Weight is back in the heels and hips, so I should be able to wiggle my toes quite freely here. We're going to place the left fingertips on the ground, flip the right palm to face us, and then we're going to inhale the right arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart, really reaching those fingertips toward the ceiling as I take my gaze up, and then exhale, forward folds. Inhale, left arm up and open. Exhale, release. Continue both sides. Inhale, right arm up and open. Full little twist to rotation. Exhale, folds. Inhale, left arm up and open. Exhale, release. Inhale, right arm up and open. Gaze goes up. Exhale, folds. Inhale, left arm up and open. Exhale, release. Continue, 2 more, both sides. See if we can make that space in the chest a little bit bigger with each rotation. Feel that nice little stretch into the backs of the legs. Last one. Lovely, and everything releases to the ground, head, neck, shoulders, arms, fingertips. Gently swaying the body side to side. And then gradually keeping that sway, we're going to slowly sway our way up to stand. Keeping the chin tucked in, and then gradually meeting at stand. We can bring the feet together here. If you need a drink, now's a nice time. We're going to go through a few rounds of our sun salutations. And again, with that lovely, strong focus on our planks. So a few little variations thrown in. Again, if at any stage you feel you need to drop to the knees. Just make sure, so from our plank, just make sure your knees drop, but you're keeping that length in the core and that strength. So the bum's not popping up, okay? So that's really important to keep that nice strong line. So again, we're working the front and the back of the core evenly. Nice strength there. So we're going to meet at the front, feet nicely grounded, about hip-width distance apart, hands to heart, pressing the palms together. And just touch in with the body, how it feels on the mat. Feel that strength in the standing pose. See if you can engage those abdominal muscles. See if you can engage those glutes. Feel a little bit of release in the lower back. When you're ready, we're going to inhale the arms out, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, left foot to meet it. We're going to hold it here in our first plank. Hands again, fingers really spread. Pressure is in the finger pads and knuckles. Shoulders over elbows over wrists, elbow creases forward, and we're literally pressing the ground away. So you can hold your high plank a lot longer if you think about engaging those shoulder muscles and pressing the ground away and protecting those shoulders. We're going to press out through the heels for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Roll the heart forward, untuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we lift the chest forward. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward dog. Walking it out nice and easy. Again, pressing the ground away, drawing the chest down, drawing those hips skyward. Feel that nice little space in the lower back. We're going to inhale the right leg up, looking forward, stepping right foot into lunge with control. Left foot to meet it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, right foot to meet it. Again, hold it here in plank. Notice if the hips have dropped, notice if the bum's up in the air. So I want you to try to maintain that nice long line from the base of the neck, through the spine, through the legs, and then pressing out through those heels. So legs are engaged here too, for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Keep the elbows in. Roll the heart forward, untuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground and lift the heart open. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward dog. And again, gently walking it out. Touch in with the breath here. Notice if you've been holding it. So really try to incorporate the breath into the movement. We're going to inhale that left leg up, looking forward, stepping left foot into lunge. Right foot to meet it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. Well done. Second round when you're ready. Again, meeting at the front, hands to heart as we are. Inhale, arms out, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge. Left foot to meet it, hold it here. Staying in our high plank, we're going to inhale center. As we exhale, we're going to tap the right foot out to the right, and then inhale back to center, and then exhale, tap the left foot to the left. Inhale center, exhale right as far as we can go. Inhale center, exhale left. Continue 3 more times, both sides. Try to keep that nice length in the spine. Again, if you need to drop down onto the knees to do this, by all means do. Listen to the body. We're pressing the ground away. So nice active shoulders here. Last one, both sides. Excellent. And back to our plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Roll the heart forward, untuck the toes. Lift the heart open. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward dog. Again, catching in with the breath here. We're going to inhale that right leg up, looking forward, stepping right foot into lunge, left foot to meet it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center, hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, right foot to meet it. So you can stay in your high plank, or if you wish to join me on your forearms, coming slowly down. And this time we're pressing our hands and forearms into the ground to take the pressure off those shoulders. So again, you can choose to stay here in our forearm plank, or you can join me as we inhale center, exhale, tap that right foot out. Inhale center, tap left foot out. Inhale center, exhale right, inhale center, exhale left. Continue, 3 more both sides. Again, notice those hips if they're going up into the air. So try to maintain that nice strong line, the full length of the body. Again, if you need to drop to the knees, by all means do. Listen to your body. You're your own best teacher. Last one. Oh, lovely. Coming back into our high plank, but with control. Keep those shoulders strong. Inhale here. Exhale, knees. Chest, chin to the mat. Roll the heart open. Untuck the toes. Press them into the ground. And then exhale. Tuck the toes. Downward dog. Walking it out. When you're ready, we're going to inhale that left foot up, looking forward. Stepping left foot into lunge. Right foot to meet it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center, hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round. You're going to feel this. It is quite strengthening into the arms as well, but you don't want to feel it into the shoulders. So that's why I think, even if you think about pressing into a wall, that's the kind of feeling you want to get when you're pushing up from the ground. So a nice strength in the shoulders. Meaning at the front, hands to heart. Relax the breath, relax the upper body, engage the core. Inhale, arms out, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. We can either step or lightly jump back to plank, your choice. Again, if we're jumping, nice light landing. Inhale here in plank, and then exhale onto our forearms. From here, we're going to bring the left forearm parallel to the front of the mat, and we're going to come over onto our left foot, coming into a little side plank variation here. Press that left forearm into the ground to keep the pressure off the shoulder. Right hand comes to hip, and we're opening the heart. We might stay here, pressing the hips toward the ceiling. We might extend that right arm up toward the ceiling, and we might even hover that right foot off the left, bringing it out in line with the hip. As we engage that right foot, take the gaze up for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release right foot. Right forearm comes back to the mat, left forearm parallel. We're going to inhale back up into our plank. Hold it here. And then slowly knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. If you're in chaturanga, keep those elbows in. Roll the heart forward, untuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we open the heart. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward dog. Walking it out, nice and easy. Inhale, right leg up, looking forward, stepping right foot into lunge. Left foot to meet it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Again, stepping or lightly jumping back to plank. Nice light landing. Inhale here. Exhale, forearms. From here, we're going to bring that right forearm parallel to the front of the mat. Coming over onto our right side. Left hand comes to the hip, and we're drawing the left shoulder back. So opening the heart, bringing the hips forward and up toward the ceiling. We're going to extend that left arm up if it feels good, and we might even hover that left foot off the right, but keep the hips lifted. Maybe taking the gaze up. Active left foot for 3, for 2, and 1. Release the left foot, release that left forearm back, right forearm parallel. Inhale here. And draw ourselves back up into our plank. Inhale. Exhale. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground, baby cobra, or upward dog. Opening the heart. Exhale, downward dog. Walking it out nice and easy. From here, we're going to release both knees onto the ground, and we're going to slowly lower our way onto our bellies. Keeping on our forearms, so we're going to go into a little Sphinx pose here, working into the back of the core. So again, we're going to keep the forearms parallel. Shoulders are over the elbows here. We're pressing the forearms into the ground, drawing those shoulders back and pressing the chest forward. Noticing what's happening in the belly here, so I want you to see if you can engage with those abdominals a little bit more to take the pressure off the lower back. Legs are active and we're pressing the feet into the ground. See if you could almost drag the fingertips. So with the grip of your mat, you're dragging the fingertips back towards you as you move the chest forward without any actual movement happening, okay? So pressing the chest forward as we pull the ground away toward us. Hold it here. Relax the head, relax the neck for 3, for 2, and 1. So you can hold it here for another few breaths, or if you wish to join me in seal pose, we're going to bring the hands out like little flippers, so splaying the fingers outwards, and then gently pressing the hands into the ground as we lift the forearms off the ground, but keep a wee bend to the elbow, so we're not locking out. Again, we're drawing the shoulders back, pressing the chest forward, pressing the ground away, see if we can engage those abdominals, pressing the legs into the ground, keeping them nice and active for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, release. From here, we're just going to walk our way back into a child's pose. So sitting back onto the heels, trying to press the ground away to get those sit bones right back onto the heels, resting the head down and bringing those hands back in line with the feet. So if the head doesn't touch the mat, here you can use a little towel or a little block or a little book just to take the pressure out of the neck. So just make sure the head is supported and just allow the shoulders melt. And just gently, we're going to rock the hips side to side, releasing that lower back. And then we're going to extend those arms back out in front, making our way back onto our bellies. Just make sure you can extend both arms out in front without touching anything. So we're going to extend both arms like Superman pose here. We're going to inhale, lift the right arm and left foot off the ground. Really reach forward through the right fingertips, really press back through that left heel. And then see if we can lift it a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Relax the head, relax the neck. We're going to hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Same on the other. Inhale, left arm off, right foot off. We're pressing back through the right heel. Almost like you want to touch something on the wall in front. So really stretching through those left fingertips. Lift a little bit more. Lift a little bit more. One more time for 3. Hold for 2, and 1. Slowly release. When you're ready, we're going to inhale just the arms off. And again, see if we can extend through the fingertips. Get as much of a lift, so we're engaging that lower back and core, front of the core, back of the core to get that lift. Feel the glutes engage for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release. And then we're just going to do the back body. So lifting both legs off the ground, pressing back through the heels. See if we can lift a little bit more. Feel the glutes, feel the lower back, feel the hamstrings for 3. Lift a little bit more for 2, and 1. Slowly release. Last one. All arms, all legs. Extend forward, backward, pressing back through both heels, lengthening forward through the fingertips. See if we can lift a little bit more, opening the heart. Lift a little bit more. One more time for 3. Hold for 2, and 1. Lovely. Slowly release. Make a little pillow with the hands by piling one on top of the other. Rest the head. And then just gently rock the hips side to side, letting it go. Lovely. Coming back to the front of the mat, we'll come back onto our forearms. Gently walk the knees toward the elbows, and then gently coming in to our tabletop. From tabletop, we're going to tuck the toes under, press the hips up toward the ceiling, coming into our little upside down V. Inhale here. Looking forward between the hands. Again, we can either choose to step or lightly jump. So if we're lightly jumping, we're spring loading at the knees, engage the core, keeping the hips nice and high. And then we want to land gently just between the hands. So we're really having to propel ourselves forward by using the core. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up through center. Hands extended up. Exhale, hands to heart. Lovely. Take a wee drink if you need it. We're going to go into another little strong flow section after this. And when you're ready, we're going to meet at the front of the mat. Feet nicely grounded, hip width distance apart, hands to heart. Take a breath here. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Fill the body with the breath. And as we exhale, just sigh it out through the lips and let it go. Inhale, arms out, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, we're going to keep the right hand grounded. Inhale, left arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart. Pressing back through that right heel, we're going to bend to the left elbow and bring the back of the hand to rest on the lower back. And then we're going to gently press the hand into the back to see if we can draw that left shoulder back a little bit more. Take the gaze over that left shoulder. Pressing the hand into the ground, taking the pressure off the shoulder for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, left hand comes to meet right. We're going to gently step that left foot back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. Rolling the heart forward, untuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground as we draw the heart open. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. Again, this next little sequence you can do with the left knee on the ground if you want to try it first, see how you go. Coming to stillness here, we're going to inhale the right leg up, looking forward. We're going to bend the right knee as we move forward into plank and touch the right knee to the right elbow. Make sure those shoulders are over the wrists here. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, right leg back, engage the glute. Exhale, right knee to elbow, hold. Drop the knee toward the wrist, hold, back to elbow. And then inhale back. Exhale, right knee to elbow, hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale back. Exhale, right knee to elbow, hold, drop to the wrist, back to the elbow, and then inhale back. One last time. Exhale, right knee to elbow, hold for 3. Really press the ground away. Again, you can come on to the left knee. And inhale back. Last bit. Exhale, right knee to elbow. Draw it to the wrist. Back to the elbow. Inhale, extend that leg right back. As we look forward between the hands, we're going to step that right foot between the hands, coming into a nice low lunge here. Coming onto the fingertips, just pressing the hips toward the ground as we draw the heart open to the front of the room. Hold it here. Pressing back through that left heel. For 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, arms off the mat, gently draw them out, bringing them together overhead, and then hands to heart center in our high lunge. Still pressing back through that left heel. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Bringing the fingertips back to the mat. We're going to spring load at that left foot. Gently bringing the left foot off the ground and pressing back through the heel. If you have blocks, you might bring them out in front. A little bend to the right knee, but a nice strong standing leg. As we press back through the heel, see if we can lift that leg a little bit higher. See if we can hover the fingertips off the ground here and maybe even bring the hands to heart center. Try to keep the hips even. Hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands back to the ground. We're going to step back onto the ball of that left foot. Inhale, arms out, reaching up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to drop the left foot down, Bringing it parallel to the back of the mat, and then extend the arms out into a nice warrior two pose. So right foot faces forward, left foot parallel to the back of the mat. That right heel is literally bisecting the arch of the back foot. Nice strong core here, working the inner thighs together. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to drop that left hand onto the back leg, extend the right arm up toward the ceiling, flip the palm, and then reach that right arm overhead, coming into a nice reverse warrior for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly back to warrior 2, and then we're going to cartwheel both hands down either side of that right foot. Hold it here, and then gently step the left foot up to meet right, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center, hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, keep the left hand grounded. We're going to inhale that right arm up toward the ceiling, open in the heart. Take the gaze up, press back through that left heel. We're going to bend the right elbow, bring the back of the hand to the flat of the lower back, and then we're going to gently use that connection to open the heart a little bit more. Really pressing the ground away through that left hand. Gaze goes back for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release that right hand back to meet left. We're going to gently step that right foot back to meet left. Inhale here in our plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the ground. Keep those elbows in, roll the heart forward, untug the toes, press the feet into the ground as we draw the chest forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. Walking it out nice and easy. Same deal as we did on the other side. So again, this can be done with the right knee on the ground. Just keep the core long, spine strong. We're going to inhale that left leg up, looking forward, bend the left knee to touch the left elbow as we move forward fully into our plank. Hold it here for 3. Keep the hips lifted for 2, and 1. Inhale, back, extend that left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee to the left elbow. Hold, slightly hover to the wrist, back to the elbow, and then inhale that left leg back, extend. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Hold for 3. Keep the hips high for 2, and 1. Inhale, back to center. Engage that left glute. Exhale, left knee to elbow. Hover to wrist. Back to elbow. Last round. Inhale, back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, back. And then exhale, left knee to elbow. Lower to wrist. Back to elbow. Inhale, right back. Look forward between the hands. We're going to step that left foot into lunge with control. Staying on the fingertips, pressing back through that right heel. Nice low lunge here. Feel a nice little bit of space into the hips as we draw the heart open, draw those shoulders back. For 3, for 2, and 1. From here, inhale, arms out, reaching up, hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Bringing those fingertips back to the mat. We're going to spring load on that right foot, gently lifting the right foot off the ground. As we bring the right foot up, press back through the heel. That left leg nice and strong. Little bend to the knee. Fingertips rest on the mat or onto 2 blocks. And then see if we can gently hover the fingertips off the ground. Bring that leg a little bit higher. Try to keep the hips even. Maybe bring the hands to heart for 3, for 2, and 1. With control, we're going to step back onto the ball of that right foot. Inhale here. And as we exhale, twist to the right as we draw that right foot down, and then extend both arms out in line with the shoulders. Warrior 2. Check in with that left knee that it's not falling to the right. So a nice little bit of space here, a nice little bit of engagement into that front leg. Hold it here for 3. Gaze goes over the front middle finger for 2, and 1. We're going to drop that right hand to rest on the back leg. Inhale, left arm up, flip the palm, and then exhale, reach that left arm back overhead. Feel that lovely release in the inner thigh and the right side. Get nice and deep into that left knee if it feels okay. For 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down either side of that foot, coming on to the ball of that foot. And then gently we're going to step that right foot up to meet left with control. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping or lightly jumping back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga to the ground. Baby cobra or upward dog, opening the heart, pressing those feet into the ground. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward dog. Walking it out nice and easy, let it go. Slowly, we're going to lower down onto the knees, crisscrossing at the ankles, and then we're going to roll back to seat. Extend those legs out in front. Take a drink here if you need it. I think I'm talking too much this morning. Lovely. And so from here, again, still working into the core. So as I said before, we want to keep the strength in our spine when we're working into the front of the core as well. Okay, so what happens, particularly in kind of modern day living, we tend to slump a lot into the front of the body and weaken a lot into the back. So be it where we're working, where we're driving, whether we're doing a sport. And then a lot of people, they think about, okay, I want to get that lovely six pack. So they're working and they're crunching into that even more. So yeah, they're getting some strength there, but they're weakening the whole back of their body. So there's muscles become redundant, and then we start to develop pains in different parts, all related. So what we want to do is we keep the feet flat, knees bent, and we're drawing the heart forward, trying to keep that nice strength in the spine so we're not dumping here, okay? And even if that's as far as we go, you can stay here and just work in that lovely posture as we think about a string, again, attached to the crown of the head, drawing us nice and tall toward the ceiling. If you wish to join me in the next part, we're going to extend the arms out in front, palms face each other, and then we're going to bring the feet and knees together, and then gently, we might need to lean back a little bit here, but try to keep that strength and length in the spine. We're going to lift the toes off the ground, and then we're going to press those feet out in front, keeping the bend to the knees, but trying to keep it nice and high as much as we can. Feet are nice and active here. Hold it here for 3. A little bit higher for 2. Press the chest forward. And 1. We're going to inhale center. As we exhale, see if we can press the feet out fully as we slowly lower back. Inhale, bend the knees into the chest. Draw the chest forward. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale, center. I find this one very challenging. Exhale, extend it out. Last 2. Press it away. Last 1. Press it out. Lovely. Back to center. Hug those knees in. Gently rest the feet down. And again, just draw the heart forward. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side in the sit bones. From here, we're going to lie back all the way onto the ground. A little bit of bridge pose work here. So again, we're going to place the hands flat, fingertips point toward the front of the mat. See if you can walk those heels toward the fingertips until you can literally brush the backs of the heels. We're going to imagine about a fist between the knees here. So knees are our feet are about hip width distance apart. And we're gently, on an inhale, going to peel the lower back, middle back, and upper back off the ground. Hips are high. We're going to walk the shoulder blades toward each other, taking the pressure off the upper part of the body. And then see if we can make a little fist by interlocking the fingers underneath the back. And then we're going to press that fist into the ground. So all the pressure here is in the shoulders and the feet. So really actively press the feet into the ground, particularly those heels. As you press the heels in, you're going to feel it engage those hamstrings and glutes. So we're working into hamstrings, the glutes, abdominals, lower back. Hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly exhale. A little breather here. And then inhale, press the hips high. This time we're going to extend the right foot out, and then we're going to press the sole of the right foot up toward the ceiling, still in our half bridge here. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to lower the bum toward the mat as we lower that leg until the knees are in line. Inhale, press the right foot up. Exhale, gently lower. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, release. Release that right foot to meet the left. Again, just take a little breather, allow the bum melt down. And then inhale up one last time. We're going to extend that left foot out and then press the sole of the foot up toward the ceiling as much as you can. Keep the hips lifted. Inhale, exhale, lower the bum as we lower the leg until the left knee is in line with the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, gently lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one. And exhale, lower. Well done. Bend the left knee, bring the foot flat to the ground. Unlock the hands, gently peel that back down onto the ground. We're going to bring the feet about the width of the mat apart. Allow the knees knock together. We can rest the hands on the belly and just gently windscreen wiper the knees side to side. Maybe taking the gaze the opposite way as to where the knees are falling. Again, just wringing out the core, really pressing the lower back and glutes into the ground here. A little self massage. Feel that nice release in the hips. Maybe even into the ITB a little bit. And then slowly back to center. From here, we're going to have both knees into the chest, and then we're going to draw both knees nice and wide. So a little happy baby variation, but don't worry about those soles of the feet. So just working into the hips here. See if we can ground that lower back into the mat. So hands are in the shins, and we're drawing the knees nice and wide. Just feel that nice little bit of space into the hips. And then just gently make a few little circles, little figure eights into the lower back. So just massaging the lower back into the ground. Keeping that nice openness in the hips, but just getting a little release into the lower back and glutes. And then you can reverse those figure eights. Feels a little bit weird when you say figure eight, but that's kind of, if you just think about making little circles, they can automatically become figure eights. Lovely. And then we're going to bring those knees into the chest, crisscross at the ankles. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to inhale, rock ourselves forward to sit, engage in the core to get quite there. Lovely. From here, we're going to bring the hands to the front of the mat, step back onto the knees, and we're going to come into a little restorative pose for the front of the body and the lower back. So we're starting in our tabletop. Again, you can tuck the toes under if the knees feel a little bit cranky. We want to keep the hips high, so we're never falling back toward the heels here. So keeping the hips high, knees are about hip width distance apart. We're going to come down onto the forearms. So again, hips are still high. Then we're going to extend the arms out in front, reach, 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 reach. And then rest the head down onto the ground, onto a towel or onto a block. Just make sure the weight of the head and neck are fully connected in some way to the ground. So really reaching forward through the fingertips, and then see if we can press the ground away. See if we can engage the abdominals a little bit. So again, we're tucking that belly button in toward the back of the spine and just feel a slight little release on that lower back. Take one nice big inhale into the body here, extending those fingertips a little bit more. And as we exhale, just allow the body melt toward the ground. So the hips are a little bit open, heart is open, slight engagement of the belly. Little release into the lower back, into the obliques between the shoulders, and just relax here for a couple of more deep breaths. So really draw your own breath into the pose. Every exhale, allow yourself release just a little bit more. From here, we're going to make a little fist by interlocking the hands out in front. So just making a little ball fist, interlocking the fingers. And then we're going to bend at the elbows and we're going to bring that fist to rest at the base of the neck. You might need to walk the elbows apart a little bit more to create space for the head here. We're just going to feel a wee bonus stretch into the triceps, underneath the armpits, and a little bit more across the back. Notice if you're hyper gripping, so just a nice loose grip with the fingers here. And again, just relax with the breath. Every exhale, allow the body release a little bit more to the ground. Slowly extending those arms back out in front. We're going to keep the right arm extended, and then we're going to get the left arm and we're going to thread it underneath the right. Okay, so a little variation. So right arm is extended, left arm is extended out to the right underneath, and we're looking underneath that right armpit. Just getting a little release into the shoulders. Hold it here with the breath. Every exhale, just release a little bit more. And then slowly unthread that left arm. Bring it back to meet where the left is, or the right. And then we're going to draw that right arm underneath the left, coming onto that right shoulder, extending out through the right fingertips. So left arm is still active and we're looking at underneath the armpit. Hold it here for a few breaths. Again, really reaching through those right fingertips. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release both hands, making a little pillow with the hands to rest the head down onto. And then from here, we're going to walk the knees in so that we can gently sit back onto the heels. So again, a nice little variation in our child's pose. Nice and relaxed here. Knees are still wide, toes are together. And we're just going to gently rock the hips side to side, nice and slowly, massaging out that lower back and glutes. And then come into stillness here. So staying in our child's pose and just noticing what's going on with the body. Noticing any little niggles, any little points of tension you've been holding on. Notice if you're holding it in the face, if you're frowning, if you're clenching your jaw. And we're not going to ignore those little niggles. We're actually going to acknowledge those little niggles as we take a nice deep breath into that space. And then as we exhale, just sigh it out, release and let it go. So take a few nice cleansing breaths to your own count. Noticing any little bits of trapped energy. Notice any thoughts coming in and out of your head. Acknowledge them, breathe them in. And then exhale, sigh it out and let it go. Feel the body melt with each exhale, just a little bit more. And then slowly we're going to press the hands into the ground as we tuck the chin into the chest and gently make our way to sit back up onto our heels. Lovely. And then bringing the knees together. And we can either finish seated back on the heels, or if you want to come to any other seated position that's more comfortable to you, by all means do. And again, just touch in with the core here. Notice if you feel a little bit longer, a little bit stronger. We're going to place the hands open. Again, drawing those shoulders toward the ears and then drawing them back together. We'll do that 3 more times. So again, just loosening out through those shoulders. Hopefully they feel a little bit better than at the start. Just really wakening up the body. And then come into stillness. We're going to inhale the arms out, reaching up. Interlocking fingers, press some palms to ceiling, and as we exhale, just sigh it out through the lips, let it go as we stretch through those shoulders. We'll do that twice more. Nice big circular breaths, gaze goes up. Exhale, sigh it out, release and let it go. Last one. And then gently bringing the hands to heart center, pressing the palms together.